school in Cape Coast, Ghana. That was on Wednesday, the 7th of September 2022, and that was the last time anyone saw her alive. She never returned home. They kept calling her phone lines, but they were switched off. And instantly, a missing person report was filed on her, and people began to post her disappearance on Facebook and on other social media. For 2 to 3 weeks, nothing was said or heard. No one knew anything until the 20th of September 2022. 3 weeks after, a pastor, that is this man here allegedly, went straight to the police station to make a confession. A very startling confession regarding the missing Georgina Asom. Clearly, he had been living with the guilt of knowing the whereabouts of the girl. Or pretty much the girl's spirit kept haunting him because he could not hold it any longer. He told the police officer that he knew where Georgina Aso was and that he and a chief, a notable chief in the community, had both kidnapped the girl, forced themselves on her, and eventually murdered her. And after they killed her, her body was taken to the chief's house in one of his many apartments where she was buried in a shallow grave. After his confession, the police followed him to the chief's apartment where he showed them the spot that Georgina was buried at.
Are you serious?
Unfortunately for them, the chief was not around. He's currently on the run. That is as at the time of making this video. The only thing now that is confusing with this story is why they did that to her. Why was she targeted? And why was her body taken to the chief's place to be buried? Sources are, however, claiming though that the girl, Georgina, was familiar with the pastor. There are claims that the pastor knew her and knew her family and her sister. And even the day she was going for the job interview, he was the one who gave her a lift. He was the one who picked her up, gave her a lift and promised to take her to where she would go for the interview. Maybe she went for the interview or maybe she did not go. But eventually, somewhere along the line, she was kidnapped by him and was violated. Either by him or either by the chief, because it's still not very clear. But the claim is that the man, the pastor, and the chief were the ones who violated her and killed her and buried her in this place. Some people are speculating that it might have been an act of money ritual, because how else would they want to do such a thing and target her and then bury her in a chief's place? Again, the story is still very much current and very much fresh and new, so there are bound to be updates and a little bit shake-up in the story because the chief is yet to be caught to explain his own side. Georgina's body has been exhumed and most likely taken to the hospital or to the lab for autopsy to confirm what basically caused her death. It's such a tragic and painful story for a young girl who was just going for an interview to look for a job to better her life, only to meet her hand in the hands of someone she most likely was familiar with. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, for we mostly upload our